Hey everyone. So I wanted to share a sports project that we're working on. So a customer got this Kobe Bryant signed for his birthday, and he saw some of the work that we've done, and so he brought it in to have us custom frame it. The Lakers official colors are very bright, really nice, so they use white, and then they use yellow, and then they use this pretty strong purple as well. He wants us to use the bright purple, but on a suede material, which is what we're going to do. And then he wants us to do a double mat, and the bottom mat is going to be the yellow. So we're going to mount the jersey on white, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a 2-inch matting layer over it, with purple being on top and then yellow on the bottom. And then for the frame, this is a fairly typical frame that we use for or when framing jerseys. It's kind of a black frame with plenty of height, as you can see there. And then it's got a nice texture on the top and then texture on the back as well. So that's the frame we're going to use. And then he also brought us this patch to put towards the bottom. And then to complete it, we're gonna, we showed him the differences in glass that we have and the clear. I'm gonna put the clear here. The clear is your basic glass. There's a lot of reflection when you look at it. You could see the lights on top and everything. But when you compare that to Museum, which is the best glass we have, the difference is pretty obvious. So he wants to go all out. He said, I'm just gonna frame this once. So go ahead and go with the best materials that we have. So we are going with Museum. Again, we're going to make a special cut for the patch at the bottom. We're going to use white as a back, and then we're going to go with the official colors of the Lakers. And it's going to be really, really nice by the time we're done. So why don't you show you the before? From time to time, I'll come back and show you the progress that we're making. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting out the foam core to make the jersey rigid enough, and then we're going to go to work on the mats. And again, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours and we've made some progress. I wanted to give you a quick update. So one of the first things we do is we create this template for the jersey, and we use acid-free foam board to do that. And as you can see, it's pretty much done, and this is what makes it look really nice, really rigid inside the frame. And so I'm going to go ahead and drop this. Just wanted to show you the sort of the inside of that. But that's how it's going to look. We usually just pin it so it doesn't move, so we're going to do that. But that's kind of what it looks like, and as you can see, it's looking really good. So the next thing that we do is we start working on the design for the mat, and let me show you what we came up with. So this is the software that we use to do that. This one talks to our computerized mat cutter. So you could see sort of the, the sleeves and the silhouette, the contour of the jersey. And then at the bottom, that's the exact shape that we design in Adobe Illustrator. You see it's sort of double because it's a double mat that we're going to use. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit cut, and I'll show you how nice the mat cutter starts to create the actual mats. So first we're going to go ahead and cut the bottom mat, which is the yellow mat. And you can see that it's actually cutting the inside. That's where that Lakers patch is going to go. And now that it's cut, the inside is going to actually cut the outside. This is the final cut. There it is, it just goes all the way back. So once I start to peel off, that's where the patch is going to go. Start to take off the layers. This is the opening, that's where the jersey is going to go as well. And so we're left with this is the actual, the good piece that we have. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the purple suede, and we're going to cut through that as well. Here's the second mat being cut. This is that suede. So we actually have to cut it a little deeper because the suede itself is thicker than the normal mat boards. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We love working with suede. There's kind of an elegance to it, especially when you do jerseys or any sort of shadow box. It looks really, really nice. Cutting the outside, so we should be done here. Okay, so there you go, it returns back. And I'm gonna go ahead and take it and then stack it on top of the other one and then see how that looks together. Okay, so this is what the mats stacked, when you put them stacked together, that's what they look like. So things are beginning to certainly take shape. You can see the openings around the the shoulders up there. You can see the double mat. Down here, this is my favorite part. That's where that Lakers patch is going to go. So we're going to mount that on white underneath for contrast. And let me show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so right about here, that's where this patch is going to go. Obviously, we're going to center it perfectly. So there you go. So the mats always play a big role when it comes to jerseys and shadow boxes and anything else, but you could see the patterns, the yellow, really nice contrast with the jersey. So we're going to move on to the next thing, which is making the spacers, the padding, so that we could raise this a little bit off the jersey. Obviously, we're going to mount the jersey onto the white acid-free mat board, and then we're going to make the frame and the glass and put it all together. But definitely, we're making progress. Back in a little bit. So we have been really busy working on the mats. As you can see, they're fully mounted. One of the things that takes the most time is to build the depth of the box, sort of the shadow box that we build. So as you can see, the key is for the glass to sit on top of the mat and not to touch the jersey. And so you could see some depth right here. I'm going to try to get close. You could see the mats are, lifted, raised away from the jersey. And you could see that we also built some special depth for where the patch is going to go. You could see it on the other side as well. So that's kind of what takes, oftentimes, most of the time you have to do a lot of measuring, a lot of cutting and so forth. But I like it. We like it a lot. Hope you like it too. And then now one of the last things we have to do is to mount the patch. I just took it off so you guys could see that it's not mounted yet, but it is going to go on white, so we have it ready. Fully mounted. You probably won't see the stitches that we do on the jerseys. That's the idea, for it to be somewhat invisible. And so I think we're just ready to do the final mounts right there, and then start cutting the molding and cut the glass. We're going with museum glass, which is going to be great because there's practically no reflection back at you when you look at it. So we really like it. It's pretty strong. The purple suede, the fine yellow line that we did in there, and then a lot of depth, which is what we like on the jersey. So we can't wait to finish it. We'll show it to you guys. We'll call the customer, and we can't wait for him to see it. I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy for his birthday. All right, back in a little bit. Hey everyone, so we are pretty much done with the Kobe Bryant LA Lakers jersey. It was a lot of fun working on it, and you can see it here. It really turned out amazing. We love working on jerseys. Always excited when somebody brings in the jersey. But let me give you sort of a tour around the finished frame. So this is that patch that the customer brought us afterwards, and we actually built in Adobe Illustrator the opening, the silhouette, to fit exactly. So we scanned it and then we traced it and did a lot of work, but hopefully the customer will be really happy. There it is. You can see the mats, beautiful mats, and the frame also. It's a really nice black frame with enough texture all the way around. You can see it's really, you know, it's had plenty of height to work with. And when you look at it straight ahead, like so, even though I have the lights on in the store, you can see there's very little reflection on the glass. And that's because we use the best of the best, which is the museum glass. And you know, we like it when customers say, I want to really go all out. I'm just going to frame this piece one time. And museum glass is one of the best investments you can do, because your art is just going to look incredible. And instead of, you know, looking back and kind of seeing you when you look at it, you're really going to take a look at the art, and we just love it. So thanks for you know, watching this video. Hopefully you like the process, and if you have a jersey or anything else for us to custom frame, you know where we are, and we look forward to seeing you in our store for sure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.